Hello and welcome to this Leaf Open Farm Sunday Bite-Size webinar. I'm Annabelle Shackleton. I manage Open Farm Sunday nationally and I'm going to be hosting this webinar here today. So on with the presentation. So the topic of today's presentation is an overview of our plans for Leaf Open Farm Sunday 2017. The presentations will take approximately 20 minutes, followed by questions and answers. Our presenters here today are myself, Annabelle Shackleton. We have an audio contribution from Leaf's Chief Executive, Caroline Drummond. Plus we have two of our Open Farm Sunday regional coordinators, Andy Guy in the East Midlands and Jeremy Padfield in the South West. But first, I just want to briefly show one slide to look at why Leaf set up and manages Open Farm Sunday. Linking environment and farming promotes and supports farmers to farm sustainably by practicing IFM, Integrated Farm Management. And there are three core areas to our work: facilitating knowledge exchange and sharing best practice through our farm business management tools, technical support and Leaf demonstration farms. Developing market opportunity through the Leaf Mark standard. And our third area of activity is engaging people in sustainable food and farming, which of course includes Leaf Open Farm Sunday. In fact, one of our charitable objectives is building public trust and understanding in food and farming. The IFM wheel diagram shows our 9 principles of integrated farm management, and you can see top left that community engagement is one of them. And we passionately believe that engaging people in food and farming is an essential part of sustainable farming. Our focus for this webinar is Leaf Open Farm Sunday, which has grown to become the farming industry's National Open Day. In June 2016, 382 farms hosted events welcoming over 250,000 people out onto farm. That's a huge achievement. Thank you to everyone involved. And since the first Open Farm Sunday in 2006, there have been 1,500 host farmers and 1.8 million visitors. That is one huge success. So on with the webinar, and here is a 1-minute audio clip from Leaf's Chief Executive, Caroline Drummond, setting the context for Open Farm Sunday 2017.
So a big thank you to everybody for the support we've already had over the last 11 years of Open Farm Sunday. Now in our 12th year coming up, 11th of June 2017, this is the real opportunity for us as a farming industry to host as many events as we can up and down the country on Open Farm Sunday. The big thing about Open Farm Sunday, it is connecting everybody from not only within the industry, but actually urban and rural people to learn more and discover more about the story behind their food. And with Brexit and the changes that are going on, we really need to take the opportunity to show off what we do. The professionalism of the industry, how we produce our food, how we care for the environment, and of course the wonderful skills, the technology, the science and capability that we have. It really is a now or never situation in terms of actually really reconnecting people with their food and farming, and of course what we as an industry are doing on behalf of everybody here in the UK.
So as Caroline touched on there, the context for Open Farm Sunday 2017 is quite unique. With Brexit, never before has it been quite so critical for the farming industry to demonstrate straight to the public what farmers actually do and the full range of goods and services that farmers provide. And there is still an astonishing lack of knowledge amongst the public about where their food comes from. Leaf research shows that 2 in 5 people do not realise that broccoli is grown in Britain. 1 in 3 children have not heard a cow moo or a sheep baa. And 1 in 5 children do not know that pork comes from pigs. That really is quite shocking. And then here we have my favourite quote from a visitor who attended a 2016 event. Amazing day, lots to do and learn about. Thank you to our farmers. I totally underestimated what you actually do. So Open Farm Sunday is having a huge impact. And our visitor follow-up survey goes further. 4 months after Open Farm Sunday, we asked visitors, has it changed the way you think about farming? And the response was yes, 84%. Has it made you appreciate more the work that farmers do? Yes, 91%. Do you feel more connected with the farmers who produce our food? Yes, 89%. Do you now actively look for British food to buy? Yes, 73%. So we are having a huge impact, but we need to reach further afield. We need more farms to take part, so we've set ambitious new targets for Open Farm Sunday 2017. We're hoping to support over 400 farms hosting events, and we're hoping to get closer to 500 farms taking part, whether hosting small private events for neighbours and friends or a larger open day. So please help LEAF to encourage more farmers than ever before to take part this year. And we have a specific OFS Bitesize webinar for first-time host farmers on Tuesday the 31st of January. So the date for Open Farm Sunday, as you all know, is the 11th of June, and we've already set the date for the next 3 years as well. So put them in your diary, the 10th of June 2018, 9th of June 2019, and the 7th of June 2020. So as our part of our work for Open Farm Sunday this year, we are pursuing phase 2 of the website development. As you know, we had our new website earlier this year, but for 2017, we're looking at refining this website, boosting the information and inspiration available to host farmers. We've already improved the registration system for Open Farm Sunday and Open Farm School Days. We're developing a new search facility for the whole website, and we have a new searchable map for Open Farm School Days. And with our resources, we're constantly looking to update and revise our resources that we make available to farmers. So we're currently revising the Host Farmer Handbook and producing a new pull-out health and safety section. We're going to be developing a new set of bilingual resources. We're really keen to encourage more farmers in Scotland and Wales to take part. So in particular for Wales, there'll be some bilingual resources. We're also ourselves looking to produce more resources to explain what sustainable farming is all about at your events. We're going to have a new vinyl gate banner design, and we're currently negotiating with a national online printer to be able to secure a discount for host farmers when you come to overprinting the resources with your design. Last year, we secured some funding from BBSRC to produce some new science resources. 93 of our 2016 host farmers used these resources, and 58% reported that they would not have featured science and farming at their Open Farm Sunday event without these resources. So we're absolutely delighted to announce that BBSRC have confirmed that they've made some new funding available, and we're going to be developing some more resources this year so that more farmers can benefit from them and showcase science and technology at Open Farm Sunday events in 2017. And once again, we're going to be working with our PR agency, Series, who do all of our communications for Open Farm Sunday and have done since it began in 2006. So we're developing our tactics to secure more national broadcast for Open Farm Sunday, and details of that will be coming up in future webinars. This year, Open Farm Sunday registration went live 1 month early on the 1st of November. And from now on, there's going to be monthly bursts of communications to host farmers via the OFS Update e-newsletter, and lots of communications around the 11th of each month when we have these OFS Bitesize webinars programmed. We're also communicating with lots of industry networks and partner organisations to help promote Open Farm Sunday. And we have some new look digital assets to use, and we're developing some new case studies. We've also set up a closed Facebook group that's just gone live. There's the link on this page, but we will be emailing that link round to all registered host farmers, and hopefully this closed Facebook group is going to be an opportunity for farmers to get support from each other and to ask questions, and have farmers across the country offer their advice and support. And also, of course, we have these new OFS Bitesize webinars, a full programme of them from now right the way through to June, to give you lots of top tips and hints on how to host fantastic, engaging events on the 11th of June. But next, I'd like to hand over to Andy Guy, our Regional Coordinator in the East Midlands, who's going to be talking to you about the theme for Open Farm Sunday.
Good afternoon, Annabelle. Thanks for that. So just a real whiz through the theme for this year. It's Discover the World of Farming. And we're continuing on from last year with the sub-theme of championing food production. It's really scary that the facts and figures that you talked about earlier on, Annabelle, of I think 40% of people in the UK not realising that broccoli grew here. It's Christmas time. It's one of the real staples, and it's scary to know that people didn't understand that it came from Britain. So it's important that we're going to champion the story of food production, and not just about where it comes from, but how it's produced as well. But there's two other kind of sub themes that we're focusing on this year. We want to highlight the science and technology that's behind farming. UK farmers and UK agriculture is leading the world, I think, in research and technology. And the UK farmers are really quick to adopt that technology to help them farm more efficiently and with less negative impact on the environment and their surroundings. So that's a really important theme. And for our open days, that technology is something that's really quite inspiring for guests. And then the last one on the list is talking about how crucial farmers are to Britain. Not just the food supply, although the strategic value of that with Brexit coming along now is going to become more and more important, but also the breadth and diversity of what we do, the range of crops that we grow, not just food, but byproducts as well, fuel, fibre, medicines, the way that we're looking after the land, which feeds into other industries as well, like tourism, and really critically the natural capital, how we're looking after the soil, the water, and the air that we farm in. So there's a whole breadth of tale to be told, based under the main theme of Discover the World of Farming. Hope that explains it, Annabelle.
Thank you very much indeed, Andy. That was absolutely perfect. Thank you. So now I'm going to pass you over to our regional coordinator in the Southwest, Jeremy Padfield. Jeremy is one of our leaf demonstration farmers, and he's been our regional coordinator in the Southwest for several years now. Over to you, Jeremy.
Hi, thanks Annabelle. Yeah, well, we run an arable beef farm near Bath in Somerset, and we first opened the farm on the very first year of Open Farm Sunday in 2006, when we had about 200 to 300 people through the farm gates. And over the years, the number of visitors has increased, mainly as we've built a great team of helpers. And last year we hosted 5,000 people. So it's been quite a journey. Through our experiences, hopefully, we've gone some way to help bridge the gulf of understanding that exists between us in the farming community and the general public. And our aim is to engage in a way so that our visitors understand that as farmers we produce not only high quality food using the best of traditional methods, but by embracing modern technology as well, and with a balance to nature and the environment. And we demonstrate this through a number of different activities. We have self-guided walks using the Leaf Farm Trail boards, tractor trailer rides, which are always really popular with adults and kids, And that's a great opportunity where you can obviously point things out in the field, whether it's animals and crops, but also it's a very good area where you can show what environmental work that you're doing on the farm. We have animals in yarded areas, and that can be anything from chicks in the incubator through to sort of calves and piglets in the pens. Sheep shearing is always very popular. And it's always good to bring other professionals in. So our vet comes along, as well as our nutritionist, and they can independently talk about and demonstrate the high welfare standards that we as farmers operate. Other groups that we get involved, FWAG and a local wildlife group, and we have a local beekeeper in who has a working hive. And I suppose the main pinnacle of the event is when we have our static and working demonstration of machinery. So we also have quite a few guys who come in with vintage tractors, which is popular with the visitors. And then we run through the process for the consumers. We talk about a loaf of bread, and you produce that loaf of bread from wheat flour. The wheat flour comes from the grain, and then we bring the combine out. And then we gradually work through all the machines that goes into producing that crop of wheat. One top tip I'd say is that as farmers, we really take a lot of things for granted. You know, we see things, we hear things, we touch, and even the smells that we experience every day. For someone who's coming to your farm, that may be the very first time they've ever been on one. And so when you're planning your event, I think it's always good to think about what they will take home, what will they remember from your Open Farm Sunday event the next day, the next month, or within that year. What will they remember from your event? Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you very much indeed, Jeremy. Right, so now we have the opportunity to answer some questions. And the first question that we have that's come up is, apart from asking family and friends, where else can I find more helpers? Jeremy, would you like to answer that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, as I mentioned, it's good to bring in some of the professional people, and that could also go on to machinery dealerships, local reps coming in, feed reps, who would be more than, all it is a phone call, and more than likely they'll want to get involved and help on the day. When it comes to farmers, obviously it could be local farmers, your neighbours, it could be local farming discussion groups who are probably quite proactive in the community and may well want to get involved. Young farmers, we've got involved. They help out sort of car parking in actually sort of generally helping out in the animal areas. So yeah, there's a whole bank of people out there that are willing to help. You just got to ask them and give them enough time as well. I think that's the important thing. You know, get the diaries, get them to book the date in their diaries well in advance.
Andy, have you got anything to add to that?
No, I think that's good advice. Trade suppliers are great, and they're always very willing to help out, I find. And maybe customers and sponsors too. There's a long list of sponsors for Open Farm Sunday that they might be willing to come along and join in. So, don't forget that end of the supply chain too.
Thank you, Andy. And Jeremy, we've got another question for you. In light of Brexit, how are you planning to show the public the goods and services that you provide at your Open Farm Sunday event this year?
I think the key thing for people to understand is what food we do produce in our country. As you mentioned, some of the things earlier on, some of the stats from last year. It's just simple things really. Talking about a packet of Maltesers that is made through us growing spring barley. Most people probably don't realise that 1 square metre can produce 1 loaf of bread, enough flour to produce 1 loaf of bread. So I think talking about it on small scales in terms of using the mini field examples, but then building the bigger picture up and talking about what, not necessarily your particular farm, but what farms in general can produce across the country to feed the nation. And I think if we do that, I think people will be more, they're more interested in buying British and will look for it more.
That's lovely. Thank you very much, Jeremy. And Andy, I've got a question for you. How long should an event be?
Oh, how long's a piece of string, Annabelle? there's no set length of time. I think it depends a lot on how much activity you've got on the farm and how much entertainment you've got available for your guests. So if you're running a simple farm walk or a tractor ride and you don't want to complicate your day with lots of other activities, maybe an hour or an hour and a half is enough. If you've got lots to see, like it sounds as though Jeremy has, lots of activities, lots of farm walks, then the event can last all day long. But I think typically farmers open from 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning and usually close perhaps at 4-ish in the afternoon. That's probably the standard day. But there's no set rule, I don't think.
So thank you very much indeed to all our presenters today, to Caroline Drummond, to Andy Guy and Jeremy Padfield, and to everyone who has joined us here today for our first Open Farm Sunday Bite-Size webinar. Next OFS Bitesize webinar will take place at 1 p.m. on Wednesday the 11th of January, and the topic will be Organisation and Planning, an Open Farm Sunday event. So thank you again for joining this webinar, and goodbye from me, Annabelle Shackleton, and of course a thank you to all our sponsors that make Open Farm Sunday happen. Thank you.